Welcome to the Remedy One channel. We are going to talking about how to take care of home injuries like burns. I believe this detailed approach will give you insight into the simple methods to handle burns, and please subscribe to this channel for more informative videos on healthy and wellness. What are burns? A burn is more of a skin sensation characterized by severe skin cell damage or injury. The victim feels hot pain as if it were on fire. Burns are one of the most common household injuries, especially among children. Most people can recover from burns without serious health consequences, depending on the cause and degree of injury. More serious burns require immediate emergency medical care to prevent complications and death. Burn levels. There are three primary types of burns: first dash, second dash, and third degree. Each degree is based on the severity of damage to the skin, with first degree being the most minor and third degree being the most severe. Damage includes first degree burns, red, non-blistered skin. Second degree burns, blisters and some thickening of the skin. Third degree burns, widespread thickness with a white, leathery appearance. Meanwhile, the fourth degree burns include all symptoms of third degree burns, but this extends beyond the skin into tendons and bones. There are a variety of causes for burns. These range from scalding from hot, boiling liquids, chemical burns, electrical burns, fires, including flames from matches, candles, and lighters, excessive sun exposure, to mention but a few. Note: chemical and electrical burns require urgent/immediate medical attention because they can affect the inside of the body, even if skin damage is minor. First degree burn. Minimal skin damage is experienced in the first degree burns. These affect the outermost skin layer, thus they are also known as superficial burns. Signs may include redness, minor inflammation or swelling, pain, dry, peeling skin occurs as the burn heals. The symptoms and signs disappear once the skin cells shed. Usually healing is within 7 to 10 days without scarring. If the burn covers a large area more than 3 inches, one should see the doctor, or if it's on your face or major joint, like knee, ankle, foot, spine, shoulder, elbow, or forearm. First degree burns are usually treated with home care. Healing time may be quicker depending on the sooner you treat the burn. Treatments for a first degree burn may include soaking the wound in cool water for 5 minutes or longer, taking acetaminophen or ibuprofen for pain relief, applying lidocaine, an anesthetic, with aloe vera gel or cream to soothe the skin, using an antibiotic ointment and loose gauze to protect the affected area. Make sure you don't use ice, as this may make the damage worse. Never apply cotton balls to a burn because the small fibers can stick to the injury and increase the risk of infection. Also, avoid home remedies like butter and eggs, as these are not proven to be effective. Second degree burn. In this type of burns, the skin blister and becomes extremely red and sore. The burns are more serious because the damage extends beyond the top layer of the skin. Some blisters pop open, giving the burn a wet or weeping appearance. Over time, thick, soft, scab-like tissue called fibrinous exudate may develop over the wound. For the burns to heal quicker, keep the wound area clean and bandaged properly to prevent infection. Healing in the second degree burn might take between 2 to 3 weeks or slightly more without scarring, though often with pigment changes to the skin. The degree to the blister gives the healing time, and at times skin grafting is required to fix the damage. Skin grafting takes healthy skin from another area of the body and moves it to the site of the burned skin. In this second degree burn, one should avoid cotton balls and questionable home remedies as well. Treatments for a mild second degree burn generally include running the skin under cool water for 15 minutes or longer, taking over-the-counter pain medication, acetaminophen or ibuprofen, applying antibiotic cream to blisters. However, seek emergency medical treatment if the burn affects a widespread area, such as face, hands, buttocks, groin, and feet. Third degree burn. Third degree burns are the most severe. Their damage extends through every layer of skin. Due to the large extensive damage by this degree of burns, there may not be any pain since the nerves are damaged too. Depending on the cause, the symptoms third-degree burns can exhibit include waxy and white color, char, dark brown color, raised and leathery texture, blisters that do not develop. Without surgery, these wounds heal with severe scarring and contracture. There is no set timeline for complete spontaneous healing for third-degree burns. Never attempt to self-treat a third-degree burn. While you're waiting for medical treatment, raise the injury above your heart. Don't get undressed, but make sure no clothing is stuck to the burn. Complications. Although all burns carry the risk of infections because bacteria can enter broken skin. In comparison to the first and second degree burns, the third degree burns carry the most risk for complications such as infection, blood loss, and shock, which is often what could lead to death. Tetanus is another possible complication with burns of all levels. Like sepsis, tetanus is a bacterial infection. It affects the nervous system, eventually leading to problems with muscle contractions. As a rule of thumb, every member of your household should receive updated tetanus shots every 10 years to prevent this type of infection. Severe burns also carry the risk of hypothermia and hypovolemia. Dangerously low body temperatures characterize hypothermia. While this may seem like an unexpected complication of a burn, the condition is actually prompted by excessive loss of body heat from an injury. Hypovolemia, or low blood volume, occurs when your body loses too much blood from a burn. Preventing all degrees of burns. Certain jobs put you at a greater risk for burns, although the obvious best way is to prevent them from happening. The most vulnerable group are the infants, especially at home. Preventive measures you can take at home include: keep children out of the kitchen while cooking. Turn pot handles toward the back of the stove. Place a fire extinguisher in or near the kitchen. Test smoke detectors once a month. Replace smoke detectors every 10 years. Keep water heater temperature under 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Measure bath water temperature before use. Lock up matches and lighters. Install electrical outlet covers. Check and discard electrical cords with exposed wires. Keep chemicals out of reach, and wear gloves during chemical use. Wear sunscreen every day, and avoid peak sunlight. Ensure all smoking products are stubbed out completely. Clean out dryer lint traps regularly. It's also important to have a fire escape plan and to practice it with your family once a month. In the event of a fire, make sure to crawl underneath smoke. This will minimize the risk of passing out and becoming trapped in a fire. There are support groups available for people who have experienced severe burns, as well as certified counselors. Go online or talk to your doctor to find support groups in your area. When can you treat a burn at home? Whether you burn your hand on a pan of cookies, spend too much time in the sun, or spill hot coffee on your lap, burns are certainly not pleasant. Unfortunately, burns are one of the most common household injuries. Burns are categorized by their severity. A first-degree burn is considered the least severe because it only affects the outer layer of skin. It usually only causes mild pain, redness, and swelling. Second-degree burns affect deeper layers of the skin and cause blisters and white, wet, and shiny skin. Third-degree burns involve damage to all layers of the skin, while fourth-degree burn may involve the joints and bones. Third and fourth degree burns are considered medical emergencies and should only be treated in a hospital. You can treat most first degree burns and second degree burns less than 3 inches in diameter at home. Read on to learn which remedies are best for healing your skin, and also which remedies should be avoided. The best home remedies for burns. Mild burns typically take around a week or 2 to completely heal and usually don't cause scarring. The goal of burn treatment is to reduce pain, prevent infections, and heal the skin faster. 1. Cool water. One should first run cool water, not cold water, over the burnt area for about 20 minutes for mild burns. After which you can wash the burnt area with mild soap and water. 2. Cool compresses. You can apply a cool compression in 5 to 15 minutes intervals with the use of a clean wet cloth placed over the burnt area. This helps relieve pain and swelling. Avoid using excessively cold compress as they may irritate the burn more. 3. Antibiotic ointments. Apply an antibacterial ointment like bacitracin or neosporin to your burn to prevent infections and cover with cling film or a sterile, non-fluffy dressing or cloth. 4. Honey. Apart from the sweet, delicious taste of honey, it can help in healing minor burns. Honey has antifungal, anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties. It's a famous sore throat remedy. Honey is a natural antibiotic, which helps to prevent your burn from becoming infected. It has a natural pH balance that is inhospitable to bacteria, so once applied topically, it can also kill any existing bacteria or infection lingering on the skin. Honey will also cool the burn, relieve pain, and help the skin to heal. 5. Aloe vera. Studies have shown the aloe vera is effective in healing first to second degree burns and has thus come to be known as the burn plant. Aloe vera is anti-inflammatory, inhibits bacteria growth and promotes good circulation. Apply directly to the burn area a layer of aloe vera gel from the leaf of the plant. It can be purchased from the store as a creams, sunscreens, and moisturizers, but ensure that the product does not have perfumes, coloring or additives before application on the burn. 6. Stay out of the sun. Keeping a burn in the shade when outside in hot or sunny weather can help reduce both pain and the risk of increasing or deepening the burn. If avoiding the sun is not possible, a person should wear loose-fitting clothing that covers the wound. 7. Don't pop your blisters. As tempting as it may be, leave your blisters alone. Bursting a blister yourself can lead to infection. If you're worried about blisters that have formed due to your burn, see a medical professional. 8. Take an over-the-counter pain reliever. First degree and second degree burns cause pain until they heal. A person may wish to take medication to help reduce pain and swelling. Be sure to read the label for the correct dosage. 9. Milk. The fat and protein content in milk soothes burns and promotes healing. Soak the burn in milk for 15 minutes for quick relief. Full-fat, whole milk yogurt can also help cool and hydrate your parched skin. 10. Lavender oil. Mix 1 teaspoon of pure lavender essential oil into about 2 ounces of water in a misting bottle. Shake and mist burned skin lightly as often as needed. Tea tree oil and witch hazel are also effective remedies for a minor burn. 11. Oats. With its skin-soothing properties to reduce inflammation, oats are particularly useful when your burn is healing and you're tempted to scratch it. Add a cup of oats to bath water and soak for 20 minutes to soothe a large burn. For smaller irritations, add some oats to a small bowl of water and soak the affected area. Air dry your skin so a thin layer of oats remains, further reducing itching. For added relief, toss some baking soda into the bath water. Bicarbonate of soda helps soothe skin inflammation. 12. Coconut oil. Coconut oil is an excellent source of skin-healing vitamin E, and it also contains fatty acids that are antifungal and antibacterial, which help keep your burn from becoming infected. If a scald has left a nasty mark on your skin, one home remedy suggests adding lemon juice to the coconut oil before massaging it into the mark. The acidic properties of lemon juice will help lighten the scar while the coconut oil helps it heal. 13. Vanilla. For minor burns, reach for vanilla extract. Use a cotton swab to gently dab vanilla onto the burned skin. The evaporation of the alcohol in vanilla extract will cool the burn, alleviating pain. 14. Tea bags. Black tea contains tannic acid, which draws heat from burns to help make them less painful. Those same soothing compounds make tea a great home remedy for toothaches and many other conditions. Treat the burn by placing 2 or 3 cool, wet black tea bags on it, using gauze to hold the bags in place. 15. Vinegar. White vinegar contains acetic acid, a component of aspirin that can help relieve the pain, itching, and inflammation of a burn. It is also an antiseptic and astringent, so it will help keep your burn from becoming infected. Vinegar also draws heat from the burn, helping to dull pain naturally. Soak paper towels in diluted vinegar to create a soothing compress, or use cotton swabs to gently dab the burn with vinegar. 16. Ginger for burns. If you sustain a minor burn in the kitchen, reach for some ginger. Cut off the end and press the exposed area against your burn. Many say ginger works even well than a piece of aloe plant at soothing burns. 17. Plastic wrap. The United Kingdom's National Health Service recommend using household plastic wrap as a potential home remedy for treating burns. It is best to layer the sterile film over the burn instead of wrapping the limb. For hand burns, a sterile, see-through plastic bag is a good alternative. A study on the risk of infection when applying plastic wrap to a burn concluded that infection was extremely unlikely to develop. 18. Vitamin C and E. You associate vitamin C with colds, but did you know it can play a role in everything from UTIs to soothing skin? Vitamin C promotes wound healing and the production of collagen, the base material for new skin. Vitamin E is an antioxidant that helps repair and protect your skin. To speed the healing of a burn, one home remedy is to eat foods rich in vitamin C and E, or take 2,000 mg of vitamin C and 1,000 IU of vitamin E for a week or so after your burn. You can even break open a vitamin E capsule and apply it directly on the burn to help it heal and prevent scarring. How to ease a burned mouth. If you or your child bites into a piece of pizza that's too hot to eat, reach for a glass of milk. Drinking milk will soothe the roof of your mouth better than drinking cold water will, because the protein in milk will create a protective film over any burns. Now let the pizza cool a bit before you take another bite. Baking soda bath for burns. A cup or two of baking soda poured into a bathtub full of warm water will relieve burned skin and is a fantastic soak for those unfortunate enough to be burned over large areas of their body. You can also create a paste with baking soda and water and apply it as a compress. Help burns with salt. Once a blister forms over your minor burn, you can help it heal with a salt water compress. Mix together 2 tablespoons salt with a tablespoon water, and transfer this paste to a clean, dry cloth. Press it against the burned skin for up to an hour. As anyone who has spent time by the ocean knows, salt water helps speed the healing of minor wounds. Remedies to stay away from. Bizarre home remedies and old wives' tales for treating burns are widespread, but not everything your grandma tells you to do is good for you. The following common home burn remedies should be avoided. 1. Butter. Don't use butter on a burn. There's little to no evidence supporting the effectiveness of butter as a burn remedy. On top of that, it may actually make your burn worse. Butter retains heat and also may be harboring harmful bacteria that can infect the burned skin. Save your butter for your bread. 2. Oils. For the same reason why you shouldn't apply butter to your burns, oils, such as olive oil, and cooking oils, hold heat in and can even cause the skin to continue to burn. 3. Egg whites. Another folk tale, uncooked egg whites carry a risk of bacterial infection and shouldn't be placed on a burn. Eggs can also cause an allergic reaction. 4. Toothpaste. Never apply toothpaste to a burn. This is another folk tale with no evidence to back it up. Toothpaste could irritate the burn and create a more favorable environment for infection. Plus, it isn't sterile. 5. Ice. Ice and very cold water can actually irritate your burn area more. Ice may even cause a cold burn if used improperly. I hope this video was helpful, therefore I advise subscribe for more useful content and press the bell button to get notification when I put up such new useful content. Catch you on the next video.